on the next session of Get Caught in the Net.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your host, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Hey, virtual viewers, welcome back. And to those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. I am your host, Annette Harris. Psych. I'm actually not, but I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. This is a special session of Get Caught in a Net. As you can see from the promo, from all the promos that she's done over the past week, we want to actually touch a little bit today on her upcoming book signing. She is an author and we are so proud of her. But let me start by quoting the scripture that she quotes every week, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Now, remember, there are 3 different ways that you can tune in today, as Annette always says. Facebook at Annette Get Caught in a Net. Instagram, Get Caught in a Net, and the audio portion will be live on YouTube thanks to the phenomenal Earl Winfrey of Intellectual Radio. Now, after the segment, the video portion will be uploaded for your viewing pleasure, so please make sure you like, love, click the share button, and tag others. So let's get started. Can we see you, Annette?
Uh-oh, I think my job is in jeopardy.
I don't know about all that. I really, really don't.
It's my sister, guys. She did a wonderful job. I love it. I love it. I'm over here just beaming.
Well, welcome to your show.
Why, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
It's wonderful to have you on the other end. But you know what? Let's do some housekeeping a little bit, okay? While this is your show, you are not in charge today. You must answer every question honestly, truthfully, transparently. Okay?
Okay. Is this mic on? Is this mic on?
Yes, it's on, and we can hear you. We really and truly can.
I thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Now, you know what? Before we jump right in, because there's a place where I really want to start, but what I want to do is have you talk to us about the title of your book, right? Talk about why we're here, what's happening day after tomorrow, and then we'll jump into the whens, wheres, whys, and all of that. Okay?
Ooh, okay. Now this is the point where I have to really listen to the question that you just asked me.
What's the title of your book?
Okay, I was just joking. Okay, guys. So the title of my book is Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. That is the title that I have penned. And as she said, I am a new author. It's just kind of weird putting that behind my name now, but that is the title. And I think you may have asked, how did it come about?
Yes, tell us that story, please.
The backstory of this particular book is actually, it's a two-part reason for this book to be written.
No, before you go on, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Please forgive me for the interruption. But what I want to know first and foremost, because we're going to get into the thick of the book and what that's about. We're going to tease them a little bit because, of course, we want them to purchase the book. But where did you get the title? Let's just talk about that first.
The title itself, it came, actually, the title came from the Lord. And because he wanted me to focus on silenced heartbeats and how individuals are affected by grief, death, what happens after their loved one is gone, basically. So surviving a silenced heartbeat came because honestly, it was as if the Lord had given me like maybe 3 or 4 different titles.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, which one? Which one? And surviving really focused on just what the word says, surviving, that I myself did not, I survived. I did not go under after losing a loved one.
Gotcha. Wonderful. Now, silenced heartbeat, that particular portion of your title, were you inspired by someone, a poem, or something like that?
Well, actually, there's a couple things I was inspired by. I was inspired by my own journey of losing our loved one. And I was also inspired by a poem that was actually written entitled Heartbeat.
Gotcha.
Everything just came in together because if I can just throw this in here, I was asked to do a word, give a spoken word basically on how I was affected by the death of my brother. And that was back in February of this year. I was asked to do that. And as I was preparing for that particular talk, I was writing things out and everything was just coming together. And many of you know Elder Kevin McGee, and he normally pens a spoken word for mind, body, and soul. Typically, it's kind of falling off the wagon a little bit, but we'll talk about that later. But he typically would pen a spoken word. And so I felt led to reach out to him and ask him, would he mind if I supplied him with my thoughts? Could he put a poem, put it in spoken word form for me? And he was Johnny on the spot, just took it and just did I'm sorry, hang on a second, and did a wonderful job putting my thoughts, my feelings together on paper.
Wow.
So at the same time, I was actually writing this book when I was doing that particular word discussion. It was a Black History Month. Let me throw that out there. It was Black History Month speech, if you will. And so I was writing my book at the same time. And so everything just kind of came together and the Lord just laid everything out for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very, very intriguing. What I'd like to do is I'd like to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Tell me about your family. Tell me about your upbringing. Let's start there.
Yeah, my upbringing. Well, I am the youngest in my family. Okay. When I was younger, a kid, a child, I did not want to be called the baby. All right. But as I got older, I welcomed that that term. So as the youngest in the family, I always thought that everything was perfect in my family. I had two older sisters and older brother that I could look up to and that I did look up to. We had such a loving home. My mom, oh my God, rest her soul. I call her the GOAT because she was such a strong woman, strong Black woman who she actually had her own business. She was, a business owner. My dad too, they were both entrepreneurs. And they raised us, my mom raised us in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. So she taught us about the Lord, but she also took us to church. And, I appreciated that fact. Our dad, by the time I came along into this world, it was maybe a few years after I entered the world. Unfortunately, they were divorced. But I do recall a lot of, going with dad on his weekends and spending time with him. So it was, my parents still showed love to us, even though, their relationship didn't work out and they didn't continue on. They still showed us love. They still taught us right from wrong. And we were very close. One thing I always remember my mother telling us is that we were each other's best friends, that we needed to be there for one another. Now, we all know the siblings fight, siblings rivalry. Mom didn't like that. She was like, no, that's your sister, that's your brother. You're not supposed to, so that placed within me such a love for my siblings. And, I always wanted to be like them and do like them as the youngest. And I don't know, I say this, and I've said this before, that whenever they were happy, I was happy. Whenever they hurt, I was hurt. So my love was just that strong.
Okay. You talked about your parents eventually divorcing. So now there were four of you, four children?
There were 4 children living. I was advised or told of a sibling, a girl, baby girl, who was born after she was the second born. And she unfortunately passed away. I believe she's name was a few months or so. That's what I recall. And she unfortunately she passed away. So by the time I came along, she was no longer here.
Gotcha.
So growing up, I just had my 2 sisters and my brother.
Okay. Getting back to your parents' divorce, how did that affect you? How did that affect you growing up?
Oh man, I went through a lot of emotions though. I went through the fact of, I went through a lot of shame. I went through a lot of shame because I felt, how come they couldn't, their relationship couldn't work out? How come we couldn't be a family together? Not dad living somewhere else and, us living with mom. And, sometimes you look around at your various friends or even other family, and they didn't have any busted up marriages, as far as I knew, as far as I can see. Why did we have to be the one? So I was angry, shame, all of that when I was younger. And I honestly did not want people to really know,
Okay.
that they were divorced, that I was a product of a divorced, and we was a divorced couple, that my parents didn't get along for whatever reason. I didn't want people to know that.
How did your parents handle that breakup from what you can tell, even looking back now? How do you think they handled their own breakup?
Honestly, I think they handled it very well, if I can say it like that. I will say this about my mom. and I always appreciate this, and I don't think I really appreciate this until I got older, probably not until after, unfortunately, she passed. I always recall seeing, whether it's in the public eye or on TV or whatever, how sometimes um, um, mothers and fathers get a divorce, and then maybe the mother has the custody of the children.
Mhm.
She will talk about the dad so bad, tear him down. He's no good to the children. And so the children are like, okay, but that's my daddy, whatever. My mother never did that to me, from what I recall. She
Yeah.
never did that. And I appreciated that because mother could have, I don't know everything that happened between the two of them, okay, but she could have. And my mother left here. I said like left here. She passed away in 1999. My dad unfortunately passed in 2016. So that span of time from 99 to 2016, if my mother had, convoluted things or told us some bad things about my dad, and maybe, I've been like, okay, I'm siding with you, mama, whatever. He ain't no good. My dad needed us in his later years. And if I had that, something against him, or if she had torn our relationship, into itty bitty pieces, then I would not have been able to show the love to my dad that he needed, that I needed. A girl still needs a daddy too.
Mhm.
So I appreciate how, and I feel that the Lord gave her wisdom in how to handle that. So whatever issues they had, she didn't bring them, hey, baby girl, this is what happened between me and your daddy, da 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 da. So she didn't
Right.
do, and I thank God for that. And my dad, on speaking on his end, I believe he handled it well also. He would
Mhm.
make sure that he, came around when he was supposed to. Everybody have their own thoughts or whatever. Even though when he would come around, I would be a little ashamed, because again, I didn't want anybody to know that they were divorced. But he did what he was supposed to do. And so I believe that they handled it well, making sure that the kids, their children,
Mhm.
were not negatively affected by their divorce.
Okay, so having said that, you mentioned early on about maybe comparing your household dynamic with those of your friends, or those people that you were acquainted with even at that young age. And you knew something was different. You knew, your household was different a little bit later. What's normal? What constitutes a normal household?
That is an excellent question that I probably don't even have the answer for. Unfortunately, when I was young, and then even still, as I continue on living, society a lot of times will paint a certain picture, and they will say that this is normal, that's normal, or they will say it's not normal for a husband and wife to get divorced, or so back then that was the thing in my mind. That's what I saw. It was not normal for a husband and wife to get divorced. That was, you were like an anomaly. It's
Mhm.
like that wasn't things that would happen. Now, mind you, if I can throw this in here, some people probably wish they had back then, gotten a divorce, but some just stayed together, whether it was for the sake of the children or whatever else. So in terms of knowing exactly what normal is, I don't think that anybody can necessarily define that for somebody else. And looking back on it now, we were still normal.
Okay. Okay. That's a good way to look at it. And I asked the question because today it seems that that dynamic has changed. Of course, times change, right?
Yep.
You mentioned about um, your shame, in other words, because your parents were divorced. You saw, your friend's parents still being together. Um, and if I was to put a percentage on it, maybe it would probably be 70-30 married, or marriages or homes still intact. Whereas today, we can't necessarily say that. It might even be 50-50 now. It might be 55-45 or 45-55. I don't have the data or the stats, but the thinking is different, just like you just mentioned. Some people stay together for the sake of children or and it may not have been the best thing. So I guess that normal can be defined by not just that household dynamic as it stands, but how comfortable or how safe or how comforted the children are.
Yep.
Or the parents for that matter. Because sometimes it's safer not to have that particular relationship intact. Sometimes it is. But that's pretty deep to kind of hear you explain it that way. So as you got older, with your siblings, you're the baby of the family. How was it growing up with a brother and two older sisters? Talk about that a little bit.
Ooh, she's got some hot questions here today. How was it growing up? Well, as I've already stated, they basically treated me like the baby because I was the baby. And I think that by the time that I thought that I was not the baby or a little bit grown, I didn't want them to continue to treat me like that.
How do you think you're not the baby? What does that mean?
No. I mean, in terms of the age, being a child. I always wanted to be treated, as I got older. Okay, if I'm a teenager, treat me like a teenager or, young adult and so forth and so on. But I always felt that I was protected, that my siblings would protect me because they did. I always felt the love. My my brother and my older sister were probably they were closest in age, and they had a closer relationship.
Your older sister and your brother?
My older sister, my brother, and myself and my I call them the middle sister, but she don't like to be called that. But that's the only way I can distinguish. She is older than me, but she's the middle sister. She is the one that I'm closest to. And in age, and we've done, things like when we were in high school, we did the double dates, even though she didn't want us to do that. But, so things like that. Wore each other's clothes. I wore her clothes. And, well, I think I probably wore her clothes. I don't think she didn't mind. But anyway, but I'll go back to just saying I always felt protected. I always felt that if there was any situation that I probably couldn't handle or didn't handle, they would come in running and save the day for me. Whether it was somebody picking on me or talking about me or anything like that, they weren't going to allow their baby sister to be talked about or taken advantage of. And I appreciate that. I think that I probably could blame some things on them, that things kind of went a little awry, in the household. Maybe mom probably wanted to, get somebody, I could just say, well, they're older than me, can you get them? Maybe I can kind of get off the hook a little bit.
Okay, let me just say this. Interjection here.
Protection. I'm sorry, what was that?
Let me say this. I have to interject. This whole thing is about you. It has nothing to do with me. For those of you just tuning in, I am her sister. I'm one of her sisters. And it's hilarious, actually, hearing her viewpoint. And it is so intriguing because after all these years, you never really know where you stand or how your siblings saw you or, what their actual take on things. And so I'm sitting here just laughing, crying in a good way, though. In a good
there's
way.
more. No, I'm just kidding.
But I do have some data though that
Okay.
That you've given. So you and the middle girl, as you call her. I'm sorry, help us, Jesus. You and the middle girl, as you call her, are about 20 months apart. And the middle girl and your brother were like 18 months apart. And then the older girl and your brother were 4 years apart.
Okay.
So I just want to say that in terms of age.
In terms of chronological age, yes, but I was mainly saying that in terms of our closeness. You know, Daryl would probably confide in Demetria, you know, a little bit more than she would in me, or he would in me, or something like that, and
Gotcha.
with you and I.
Gotcha. Okay, that's understandable. But please continue. I want to learn a little bit more about your relationship with your siblings and how you actually felt about them. So let's start from the oldest one. How about the oldest one? You and the oldest one. Talk about it.
Me and the oldest one, there is what, a 8-year difference between she and I. So
That's a lot.
it is a lot. So I guess she was on A team, I'm on the B team. But I always looked up to her, of course, because she's the oldest. And, you know, she's the one, you know, of course, that, you know, she was the very first one born. So she got to experience a lot. So a lot of what she experienced, I never experienced. So in saying that, I had to respect what she experienced, growing up and coming along, and, you know, all the things that she was able to, you know, to see herself.
Mm-hmm.
So I always admired and appreciated how she went through and how she dealt with certain things, because, you know, we'll just leave it at that. I just appreciate and admire that.
Okay.
My brother, my brother was always very attentive to me,
In what way?
making sure that the baby girl was not messed with. I'll say something as simple as, you know, making sure that I'm okay. When I came home from school, he had this little song, you know, we attended local high school. And when I walk in the door, he's singing, singing to me as I'm walking in the door. I don't know if I really want to say the high school name right now. But he would sing, and it's like, he'd be so excited when I walked through the door. And of course, I'm only telling from my point of view. He's excited to see my other siblings as well. But it was like, I don't know, it's just like he just kind of like welcomed you in and just, you know, was glad you were home and safe and sound and all of that, and just making sure that you were okay.
I think you should sing that song. Because was that not exclusively about you?
What? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you thinking this? See, I'm thinking about a totally different song. I just remember him. So the name of the school was Bloom. Okay. So he would say, the Bloom Girls.
Right. What about the song?
Okay. I don't remember all the words right now.
It was just one line.
Well, I don't know, because it might be something incriminating in that line.
No, listen, I'm just providing that proof that he made sure that you were okay. Is my Bridget home?
Yes.
That's all that is.
Okay. All right. So yes, that's what he was saying. So it made me feel special. It made me feel that my brother loved me and cared so deeply for me, as his little sister. And he for surely he didn't want anybody taking advantage of me, whether it was a young man, a little boy or something I call myself dating, you know, he was checking them out. He was inspecting, you know.
He was busy too. Yeah, doing that.
What was that?
He was busy doing that too.
Yes. You know, we have with jobs, you have background checks. Oh, Daryl was definitely the one that would do those background checks.
And I'm talking about with you. He was busy with you doing background checks on all of those little boys.
See, this is the point of the interview where I say, we're done. I'm just kidding. You know, my sister is hilarious. I love her so much. But let's see here. So yeah, let me go back to finish answering your
Your
question.
relationship with Daryl. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So it was special, and nobody could mess with me. My sister, my middle sister. Oh my
Listen,
God.
everybody's older than you. So everybody was your big whatever. I don't get this middle stuff.
I have to distinguish between the big sister and the middle sister. That's just in my mind. But she is still older than me, guys, as she said. 2 years, 7 months. But anyway, she's always been the closest to me. I've always felt that I could share my secrets with her. Can ask her for, was it fashion advice or what have you, or what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Typically, I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling to inquire her thoughts about it. So much so, sometimes she tells me to stop calling. So
I wonder who that is. I wonder why.
listen. I've got to the point now, so I ain't gonna call her.
Hmm. I
But
wonder why that is.
but can I throw this in here as well? I want to say that since I had such a special and close relationship with all of my siblings, I always cared what happened to them. I remember one time, and this may sound really, really weird. I didn't want anything bad to happen to any of them. Never have, still to this day. I recall one time my brother, he was running late out the house. Believe he may have been on his way to catch the bus to go downtown to school. He had to take the trash out before we had chores. So he grabbed the trash and he's running. I mean, he's going out the door, but I think probably realizes that the bus is there. It's right there at the corner for him to go. And he goes running for the bus, still had the trash bag in his hand. Ends up getting on, but I don't know if it was at that point or another point he was running, that he actually fell.
Wow.
While he was running. And my heart just because he fell, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad, like,
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know if I went outside or I can't remember what I did. But I'm just saying, it just touched me so. So if you had a scrape, somebody, scrape on your arm or somebody to hurt you or something, it just really tore at my heart because of the love that I have for my siblings.
Okay. So,
And I never wanted anything bad to happen. I know I've said that already, but I never want anything bad to happen to them, including death.
gotcha. Talk about your relationship with yourself. How do
Ooh,
you see yourself? How did you see yourself?
I feel like I'm on the therapist couch right now. Well, I've always looked at myself as needing to measure up to my siblings, needing to make sure that I put my best foot forward. I guess I was comparing myself to them and always feeling that, I needed that opportunity. I needed that chance to prove myself as well. That, I'm a competent individual. I can do this. It's not just because I'm the youngest, I can handle this. I can take care of this. So I guess maybe I've probably always been playing catch up.
Okay. Do you view that as a trait or a shortcoming?
Probably both.
In what ways?
Shortcoming, I probably put too much pressure on myself. Feeling that I needed to measure up or make them happy. They made me so happy. I wanted to make sure that I did that. I want to make them happy. A trait. I don't know, I have to think about that.
Okay. Did you feel any pressure from your siblings to measure up, so to speak?
Listeners, I wonder if she's trying to get this answer for herself. No. Did I feel it? Indirectly. Indirectly.
Okay. Why is that? What is that? What does that mean?
I don't know. I can't get into their heads.
Okay, but you said indirectly. So is that not how you received that? So why? Why did you look at it that way?
Let's see. Because that was, I mean, and I say indirectly because it's, there's a certain way, how they say, okay, these are the Jones over here, it's the Johnsons, this is the Gastons, this is how we do in this house. And so if I wasn't, or you need to make sure that you do this because you are a Gaston. I think that there was a little pressure there, and of course, and they come before me, so their successes, I needed to either do that or go above.
Okay.
And also make sure that I bypass any failures or overcome any failures that was displayed.
That they experienced?
Yeah, maybe they would experience.
So were you tracking?
Was I
Failures?
tracking?
Were you tracking failures?
Oh, no. No.
Then how would you know?
How would I know what?
You said what you were trying to do was to improve upon their successes and avoid the pitfalls of their failures. So I was asking you, well,
any failures that they may have had. I'm not referring to any specific failures or if they had. I say if they had any failures.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I won't probe. I'll leave that alone.
Okay.
So now, thank you so much for sharing.
And let me interject. I think we need to, can you go on? Are you on the live feed? Because we have a lot of guests here and I normally like to acknowledge people and I don't want to.
No, why don't you go ahead? Because no, I'm not on the live feed. So sorry.
All right, Cheryl Palm, I see you have joined us. Latoya, thanks for coming in, little niece. Beatrice is here. And Latoya saying, hey, Auntie Brandy, good to see you. Let's see here. Elder Kevin McGee. Yeah, this is called the network. Go ahead. You're right. All right. Apostle Dion, thank you, my co-host, my friend, for coming in. Let's see. Brandy says, how the tables have turned. This time Annette is in the hot seat, and it doesn't get any hotter than this. You're so right. I'm gonna kick her out after this, though, Brandy. Just listen to the question, Annette. Whatever. Hi, Auntie Robbie. Thanks for watching. Your nieces, we appreciate you. Let's see. Apostle Hunt says this book is very moving and encouraging. I was extremely privileged to preview it. Yes.
Beautiful.
Carolyn Smith, missionary Carolyn Smith, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Latoya Lloyd is here. I don't know if I mentioned you. I mentioned Latoya Ford though. All right. Elder McGee says he's got a new title for this show. Find the you within with Gwen. Okay, whatever. Cadillac showers on. Hey, Curtis, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Brandy, thanks for tagging. Little sister Laura is on here. Cousin Adam is here. Josh Matoya, how are you? Beverly Brown, good friend. Thank you for coming in. Mr. Driver, hey, how's it going? Thank you for coming in, my brother. I appreciate you. Middle sisters always take care of the baby. Yeah, the older sisters did too. Demetria Pitts, thanks for coming in. Kendrick says, I'm sitting here thinking, wait, y'all are sisters. This is juicy. I call him Bishop. Thanks for coming in, Bishop. Hey, Evangelist Sharita, thanks for coming in. Cousin Mathea says, my beautiful cousin sisters. Yes, we appreciate you. is this the middle sister? Oh, no, he said, it's this middle sister business for me. That's what Kendrick said. I know, that's just my name for it. Michelle Thomas, how are you? My little sister, Alyssa, how are you? Sibling love is so special. It is indeed. And I know you know, Alyssa. Gina Gatson, these sisters about the business. Yeah, we are. Middle sister got me over here on pins and needles with these questions. Ooh, she got me on pins and needles too. I'm gonna get them off my button me though. Unpack the questions, Annette. Free some people. Okay. I'm Sharita said middle sister doing too much. I agree.
No,
Sharita's the baby
absolutely
sister
not.
too, so that's why she's saying that. Bless these beautiful sisters. Who else is on here? Okay, but I appreciate, and then those of you that are on Instagram, thank you. I think that's Carolyn Nelson. Thank you for coming in, sweetie. Appreciate you. I can't got this other name here, these other names on Instagram, but thank you. And those of you that are listening on YouTube, we appreciate you as well.
So thank you everybody for tuning in. Keep tuning in. I mean, keep, watching, because we've got more for you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to circle back a little bit because Annette talks about how her siblings looked after her. Her siblings didn't let things happen to her. So my interpretation of that means she got into things that she probably should not have, because why would you need rescuing from your siblings? So tell us about the time and what your brother did when you got caught kissing that guy in the alley when you're in 3rd grade.
Okay, you want specifics, I see.
Yes.
Okay, I was referring to when the little young girls and the young boys in school would tease me and pick on me, and you jumped in to save the day.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was referring to.
Okay. So did the alley kiss not happen?
Oh, the alley kiss happened, honey. And I've told this on my show before, and I will tell it again. I had this little young guy. I forgot how old I was. What was it?
3rd grade.
I was going to say 4th. Okay. So long ago. And he liked me and I liked him. Oh, yes, I did. And back then we would walk to school. No buses, not all that stuff. No mama dropping us off. We walked, got our exercise in. And so if a guy walked you home, oh, you knew it was on then. Okay. You knew that he liked you. You knew that you all were going to go together. And so he walked me home. Now, where we lived, we would approach the alley from where we walked from school. We approached the alley first before we got to the main street of where we live. So I can go through the alley to go through the back to go in the house. So, and now, trust me, the alleys back then were nice and clean. They were like streets, okay? And so he's walking me home and I walk, we get to the alley, we walk down the alley to my gate, the gate of the house, and he kisses me. Oh, I thought I had arrived. Oh, yes.
So you just sit there while he kissed you?
Oh, I kissed him back.
Okay, tell the whole story.
Oh, really? You got to go into all of that anyway. So I'm thinking I'm good, right? So, because 3rd grade, mama wasn't having no kissing on nobody, okay? That was just not the way it was supposed to be. And so I knew that, so the alleyway was a little, covered. So mama couldn't see anybody kissing me,
Hence the reason why you went through the.
Right. So I thought I was good. So I go on, he going about his business, going home, and I go on in the house and I'm thinking, oh yeah, he kissed me. He really likes me. Yeah. And I get inside. I don't think it was right away, but my mother confronted me. And she said that somebody told her some little boy kissed me. I think I got a whooping for that.
Yes, you did. What else did you?
I'm sorry, what else did what?
What else did your mother do?
Oh, obviously you must remember, so tell me what else she did.
She got on the phone and she called that young man's parents.
Now that I don't remember. I probably was still in the room, probably crying from the bank.
And we can't say names
Right.
because that would give it away. But I will say this: he had a sister my age, came out in class of '83. God rest her soul. But yeah, that was something else. So you were kind of sneaky and kind of tricky even at a young age. So my point being, in order for your sibling to have rescued you, to have looked after you, meant that you were probably maybe a little impish or maybe not a perfect little girl.
Well, I had to make my way. I'm the baby, so I had to, I had to make my way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I could either do a little bit of what they did or add something to it or what have you. I had to be me.
Gotcha. Talk a little bit about Daryl. Talk about Daryl being the man of the household once your parents were divorced.
Oh yeah, that was
Not
something.
that your father wasn't in the picture,
Right.
but in terms of that particular home.
Yes, I would say with that situation, Daryl and being the ultimate protector, if I can list him as that, took it upon himself to make sure that as the male in the house, he was going to be the man of the house after our parents' divorce. I can probably say 1,000% that my mother did not tell him, you need to step up and be the man of the house. She did not do that to him. He took it upon himself. Here he has these 3 sisters, a mother, and he wanted to make sure that they were respected, that they were taken care of. And he was sincere about that. He was very sincere about it. And, opening the doors, paying for our food, meals, doing whatever he could to make sure that we were good. I remember him even taking time out to take us on a public bus ride, teaching us how to ride the bus. And that spoke volumes. He didn't want you out here not knowing what to do, not knowing how to handle yourself. And and then making sure that no one would take advantage of you.
Okay. That sounds like the man he eventually became. Notwithstanding, his life was very short. It sounded like something he grew into. So it sounds like he wasn't always that perfect person. Tell us about when he was a little boy. Tell us about the antics, the not so nice things.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's my older sisters probably have more stories than that. Than I do concerning his antics. I just remember when he was young, he was always a jokester, always joking around, always making a joke out of something. Could make sure to see the light of a situation that an individual may have been dealing with. But yeah, as far as all the trickster, whatever, you guys probably have more information than I do. Because I just looked up to him as my big brother. Maybe something I probably just didn't want to see.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Well, I could truly say he was your typical boy growing up. And I don't think you want people to think that, he came on this earth and he was just, because he had to grow into that. He had to understand what that meant. Mm-hmm. He was your typical boy. He fought us. He fought his sisters. He got in trouble for it. My dad got him. My mama got him. Our village got him. Ain't Robbie's on here. Ain't Robbie got him. And there were times, honestly speaking, where, and this might not be the best, but sometimes, he was not respectful because that had to be learned, right? that had to be taught and it had to be learned. And the wonderful thing is he picked that up along the way, in terms of how it really, or what it meant to be a man, right? So now let me ask you this, having said that, do you think that your parents' divorce had an effect on him?
Having said that, now, as I stated, you have more information knowing about whatever he did that wasn't desirable. But yeah, I would think one thing we have to realize is that divorce is definitely going to not only affect that husband and wife, it's definitely going to affect the children. We always hear, I've always heard coming up that boys need their dads. It's very true. And I know he needed our father, in his life to help develop him as a man. And of course, us girls needed our dad as well. And I think that he took, as he became older, probably took that on himself to try and, like I said about the bus ride and teaching us stuff, trying to, step in and fill the shoes as much as he could.
Okay. So then are you saying then what he took on was basically because your father was not in the house, dad wasn't in the house, but he was in our lives. So are you saying then that Daryl took on that role as far as the home was concerned? Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Because I just didn't want, people to think that your father was not in your life, was not a part of your life.
Dad was definitely in our lives. And I actually talk about this a little bit in the book as well. It wasn't that he wasn't there. As I stated earlier, people come around and sometimes I'll be ashamed, because they weren't together anymore, but he would still come around and be there. I shouldn't just say come around because it sounds so callous. But he would be there. And my brother definitely, yes, in the home took on that responsibility. And
Gotcha.
not that he was made to. I think he felt he had to.
Gotcha. So your brother was a 1981 graduate of Thornton Township High School. He entered Columbia College in the fall of 1981. He completed technically 3 years of study at Columbia College, celebrated his 20th birthday on August 14th, 1983. And then tell us about August 19th, 1983.
August 19th, 1983. Such a dark day.
Just 5 days later.
Yeah. It's 5 days later. Started out as I think I was probably we were awakened to this tragic news or information that something had happened. And that, I'll say this, from that day, or since that day, a lot of things that happened before August 19th, 1983, I blocked out of my mind. So even a lot of my childhood memories, experiences, kind of went away. And I as I think on it, and once I started studying psychology, I had to realize that was my way of coping. Not saying that it was the best way or that it was the wrong way, but that was my way of coping. So I pushed a lot of stuff out of my mind because I only had that. And this may sound a little, talking on both sides of my neck. That's all I had were those memories, but it hurt so bad because August 19th, he was taken away from me and I knew I couldn't have those memories anymore or make new ones.
Do you want to talk about specifically what happened that day? Or do you talk about that in the book?
I talk about it in the book. I do.
Okay.
So I need you guys to get the book,
How can they get the book?
Surviving a Silence Heartbeat. You can actually go, well, let me throw this in here. I have my book launch. Wait, can I move this way? My book launch on this Friday, August 19th at 5 p.m. So as many of you that are in the Chicago area, please come and join me. I am going to have a book signing, I'm going to sign books, I'm going to have gift giveaways, have food, and I want you to come in and interact with me. We'll talk a little bit, about the book, maybe even read an excerpt from the book. And those who have already pre-ordered and you come on Friday, you would get your autographed copy then. Those who are out of state that I have to mail them to, your books will be mailed this weekend, autographed copy. Other than that, you can go to Amazon and look for Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat by Annette Harris. We're also at Barnes & Noble online. And I have been informed that the Kindle version is also available now on Amazon. So
Wonderful.
more than welcome to go there. I also have my, the book's website is it's GCIANET .com. I'm going to put it in the comment section at the bottom, GCIANET.com. That is the book's website. You can also order there.
Okay. Sorry for that commercial, viewers, in the middle of everything. Obviously, you mentioned, and I alluded to August 19th, 1983. So we all know that something happened, something tragic happened. And it brought us, honestly, or brought you to present day. Today is August 19th, 2002, exactly 39 years later. Why is this book important to you? Why did you write it? Who are you trying to help?
Okay. Yeah, on Friday, I chose that date for my book to come out because that would be the 39th year anniversary of my brother's demise, of his death. And the main purpose of this book is twofold. I wanted to, of course, share my own personal journey. So this book is written through my eyes. Yeah, my sisters were affected by it. My mom was affected. My dad, extended family, friends were all affected. But this is told through my eyes, my 15-year-old eyes, if you will. And so sharing my personal journey, but also making sure that I help somebody else. And it does not matter how long it has been since you have lost a loved one, since you have dealt with grief, bereavement. It doesn't matter how long. You can still deal with it. You can still get the help you need. Because see, sometimes we repress. You just heard about how I repress, suppress, the memories of my childhood up through that date, that particular date. Some people are doing that and not realizing that's what they're doing. You want to know how I know? Because I didn't realize that's what I was doing until years later. I think I may have been in my 20s or 30s. And there would be things sometimes I'm having conversations with both of my sisters and they'll say, hey, you remember such and such and such? And I'm like, no, I really don't. And this was kind of like early on. Well, you remember such and such? I'm like, can you tell me about that? Can you tell me a little bit more? And then it hit me. I started realizing the things that they were asking me, the time frame. It was all before August 19th, 1983.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, I have been suppressing this for so long. So then sometimes when my sisters would say to me about whatever incident they're trying to make me remember, then it will kind of come back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to realize that I was pushing those thoughts away, those memories away.
Okay. So you've had suppressed memories. You just mentioned that you really came to the realization maybe late 20s, 30s. You're writing a book now, if you don't mind my saying. You're in your early 50s, early to mid 50s now.
Yeah, honey, you can say it. I'll be 55 next month. Go ahead.
She'll be 55 next month. Why now? Why did you wait so long?
Simply, the time is now. God spoke. He said, do it. And I obeyed. I looked around at the situation that this world has been in for the past almost 3 years, what we've dealt with, this pandemic, how many lives have been taken, how many children have suffered the loss of a parent, another sibling. And I said, oh my God, if they're doing the same thing that I did, suppressing, not really getting the attention and the help that they need to get through this, Lord was like, right, I had to jump into action. I had to write. So that's what I mean by, I just want to help somebody else.
Okay.
And it doesn't, I'm sorry if I can throw this in here too. The book is told through my 15-year-old eyes, but of course it's not just focused on children losing loved ones. And this can relate to anybody.
Gotcha. Okay. That's wonderful. Sounds intriguing. So your purpose is to help others who have suffered a loss. Do you give advice? Do you give any type of instruction? Do you give tips, so to speak? I hate to put that term on it. In your book, can your book help somebody?
Yes, yes to all of that.
Okay.
Yes, I do, and yes, it can help. Because I didn't want to just share my journey and just leave them there. That wouldn't, to me, I don't think it would fully help.
Okay.
I don't want to say it wouldn't help, because somebody may come to the realization of some things by just reading my own personal journey. But I wanted to be able to have a section that would help them, show them what to look out for. Have you been experiencing this? Okay, well, that could be because of this.
Gotcha. You mentioned earlier that you subsequently lost your mother in 1999 and your father in 2016. How did those losses affect you? Did they affect you the same way as your brother's loss? Was it easier to bear because of what you went through with your brother's loss or concerning your brother's loss? How would you describe that? How was it different?
Wow, this is amazing. Can I throw this in here real quick? These questions that I'm hearing from the Get Caught in Net host today, I'm just now hearing them. This was not rehearsed. I had no clue she's going to ask me.
And I didn't either. Just you just have to roll with it.
But it's amazing. I just wanted them to know that, because it's amazing that you asked that question, because the first response would be and is no, my parents' death did not affect me. I will go so far as to say any death after Daryl's did not affect me like Daryl's did. Any death that I experienced, whether my parents, my grandparents, both sides of my family, I had an aunt to pass, 2 uncles to pass, cousins that passed. Nobody's death affected me like Daryl's. And that again is the reason to sit down and pin this and to address how you're handling it, how is it affecting you? Because I had a hard time with Daryl. And I bring that out more in the book, but yes.
So would it have made a difference if Daryl was sick? Or is it because it was tragic?
I don't think that any mode of death is easy, but the tragedy, yeah, that had a humongous impact. The way he died, it was probably what, 85-90% of my actions and reactions. Yeah, how it happened was so devastating.
Mm,
Just can't even put words to it.
gotcha. Does it still hurt today?
Whew. My answer is a resounding yes. It still hurts. It hurts because I'm not able to see him now and how he would be and what he would have accomplished, and being here for his nieces and nephews and the rest of his family, and most importantly, making a positive impact on this world, as he had already started to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it hurts 39 years later, it's my prayer that surviving a silent heartbeat will tell us how to manage that hurt after so long.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Wonderful. So then would you say that experience alone gives you the wherewithal, the fortitude, the right, if you would,
Mhm.
to advise on loss?
Well, yeah.
Why? Why is that?
That combined with my psychology background. How about
Okay.
it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about your psychology background.
Well, yeah, it's ironic enough that I went into psychology years later after his demise, but I always had a desire to learn about it more,
Mhm.
and often wonder how was that desire fueled? Where was it fueled? Where did that come from? Well, came from things that I went through myself. Wanting to understand, like you say in the beginning, what's going on in their minds? Why are they acting this way, basically? I've always wondered that about.
You make people sound crazy when you say that.
That's the script, that's the verbiage, I really do want to know what's going on in folks' minds. Why are you like that? And so, when I started taking psychology courses, it helped me to unpack. That actually was probably my first form of therapy, to be honest with you.
Okay. That's good. That's awesome, actually. That's a wonderful way to look at it. That's a great take, seriously. Okay. Okay, good. Sounds like she's about something. And I think everybody needs to go ahead and order the book if you have not already. It's $17.99 and only her name is Bridget Annette. Bridget Annette actually spoke about, please get the book. You are more than welcome, as she mentioned before, to come out to the book signing, which is day after tomorrow. And please forgive me, I got to go back because today is August 17th. Friday is 19th, exactly 39 years after her brother's death.
I had you.
Okay, you had me. Okay, yeah. Because I know it's the people in the audience. I'm like, wait a minute. Now today's the 17th. I haven't lost it. I was already at Friday, and I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to her book launch. I've already said this to her, being my little sister. I want you all to know I'm very, very proud of her. Like she mentioned before, we all experienced it differently. Even then, I was 18 years of age, and I noticed the effect that it had on Bridget. And it actually, to be totally honest with me, it concerned me. It concerned me enough to continue protecting my baby sister, just as our brother had before he left. There was a concern there. So I'm so glad that her life's journey, took the road that it took to get her to this point. And Robbie actually mentioned something to me this past weekend, Annette. She said, I'm so glad. She said she was proud of you as well. She's so glad that you decided to write this book. She goes, oh, she's a wonderful writer, and it's about time that she's done this. And I'm so glad too. I'm so glad you're sharing with the world, your take on your experience, because it was something to experience. And I know you'll help a whole lot of people. I know you'll help me, right?
Yeah.
almost 39 years later, but I'm sure you'll be a help to me, to our older sister, to our children, your nieces and nephews, our grandnieces. So I'm so glad to see that you've done this. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm glad you came from kissing boys in the alley to a wonderful author, learning your lessons. I thank God for Anthony Harris, your husband. Whew, I tell Anthony every once in a while, I'm so glad you took her off of our hands.
Okay, whatever. Now we can
God bless you, brother.
listen, don't go too off now. Wait, can I say a couple things real quick? Thank you so much for those words. It once this book was completed, and then to hear and to receive so much support from people, whether they're family, blood related or not, means a great deal. I'll tell you this much, I had a hard time with people who were not blood related to me after Daryl's death. And I'm just gonna throw that out. And trusting people and all of that. So it means a lot that even those of you that are on here, and I'm so appreciative of all of you that have joined and listened and threw in your comments. I saw you, JR. But it means a great deal to me, because this was not easy. No way was it easy. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more at the book launch, but it wasn't easy. But again, I had to do what the Lord told me to do. But I wanted to show you guys, and I'm probably sure you've seen throughout the whole show, that SASH, this hashtag that I have now, SASH is not just a book, it's a movement. Dr. Joyce Graham inboxed me after I pushed it out that the book was complete and you could start pre-ordering. And when she read the title of the book, she said, "Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat." She's typing this in. She said, "Baby girl," she said, "that's a movement." So I wanted to give that credit to her because I know the Lord spoke through her. And she literally said, "That's not just a book, it's a movement." So that's where that came from. I don't know if she's watching on today. I know she had some medical things that she was dealing with, but still praying for her. And she shared it, so I'm not saying anything she didn't want to share. But that's where the hashtag came from. SASH is not just a book, it's a movement. And I firmly believe that God is already working, going to continue to work, and to do what he wants to do through this project. So
that's awesome. So what I would like to do, since you're on Facebook Live, maybe for the next couple minutes, I would invite any of you that are still watching with us, throw a question into the chat while Bridget Annette tells us again about Friday, the time, the place, and all of that. While she's doing that, throw in some questions that you might want answered on this broadcast today before we wrap it up.
Oh my, she wants to go a little bit longer. I already said it when I first came on that I think I'm gonna have to protect my job because she's trying to take my job. I'm just kidding. No, seriously. Friday, August 19th, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be in the beautiful area of Bronzeville at the Connection. The Connection venue is where we will hold this book launch. Again, I will be signing, autographing books, and we'll have gift giveaways for you. We have a couple of free gift giveaways, so you need to stay tuned. Make sure you guys come. Gonna have food. I like to eat, so I figured you'd like to eat too. So we'll have some food there for you. Do a little mingling, little social networking, and maybe a publisher will be there as well. I'm excited to have you guys meet my publisher, and I am waiting to see all of you in the place. I really am. This is I don't think I've really slept good for the past couple of days. I think I'm excited and just kind of anticipating this Friday, because it's like, once the book was complete and the manuscript was approved, I said, oh my God, this is really happening.
It's real.
Like, oh my God. And then when I saw it in print, I'm like, oh, okay, this is really going on. But again, I just keep throwing it back to, I just want to help somebody.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So everybody, please come out and join us this coming Friday, August 19th. I believe the time is 5 p.m., ma'am?
Yes,
5 p.m. this Friday, August 19th, 2022, at the Connection, 4321 South Cottage Grove in Chicago. So please come out and join us. As she mentioned, there will be food, giveaways. She's going to share a little bit more, so maybe you'll find out a little bit more. Hopefully you will anyway, because you'll purchase the book either that day or prior to. Any questions pop up yet, sister?
Well, let's see here. I do want to say that thank you. I do see you guys are already purchasing while we're online, not right now. So thank you for that. I appreciate those that are doing that. I see, oh my goodness, Miss Demetrius, thank you for coming in, sweetie. Catherine is on, Ann Madden, LaShonda Lewis, my goddaughter, Carmen Martinez. I think I mentioned JR. I'm not going to read his comment. Let's see here.
Read it.
Brady says, I love that you can talk about his positive and negative qualities. Is that, I think we're missing a word, while still remembering him in love. Yes, definitely. Buddy Gill says, hello to you two lovely ladies. Unable to listen in right now. I'll have to catch the replay. Congratulations, Annette. Thank you so much, buddy. Let's see. Okay, I got that, Brian. Thanks. Pastor CC, with your beautiful self, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Alyssa says, I so need to read this as soon as it arrives. Yes.
Amen.
Yes. And I want to throw this out. My producer, Earl Winfrey, when I finally was releasing or telling people that I was writing a book, Earl is the first one that bought a book.
Oh, wow.
Earl is the first one that sent a payment.
That's beautiful.
And I said, hey, and I think I sent them the cover. I said, I wrote a book. What? Really? Ding. I was like, okay.
Beautiful. And that's his gift. That's his gift for being the first one, is the book.
But Earl, I thank you. I do appreciate you. And
Thank
then
you, Earl.
it started rolling it in. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am. Elder McGee said he's loving today's show. Really? Okay. Well, you should have wrote a poem. Eric Tamerlaw, our cousin, says Daryl's death affected me and many of us at Monument. It was devastating. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Do you talk about that in the book?
I'm sorry?
Do you talk about that in the book?
The what?
Monument.
You have to see the book. Brandy says here, if you suffer from the torturous pain of losing a loved one, even if it happened many years ago, it's not too late to find true healing. Totally agree.
True.
It's not too late.
That's right. And a lot of times healing is a journey. It's not a destination. So
yes, very true. Joanne Day, with your new last name. I see y'all not gonna make me cry. I keep see what happens when you purchase, it pops up on my phone.
Oh,
so thank y'all. I thank y'all. I really do.
Beautiful.
I'm trying to keep this.
No
once we get off of here, I'll cry. All right.
No ugly crying.
Let me see. Is this a question? Brandy. She always has books. As a survivor and a believer, does Annette feel that the surviving family members of murdered loved ones have a responsibility to forgive as God forgave us? Or should folks leave them alone and let them work through the grieving process however, their heart so
Wow,
chooses.
that's deep, Brandy. Why don't you go ahead and answer that, Annette?
That's a very deep question. This is what I'm going to say about it because that is addressed in the book. It's addressed in the book. And I think that everyone is going to have to get to the place where God wants them to be as far as forgiveness is concerned.
Beautiful.
I can't go any further than that. It is
Well,
deep.
can I ask you this, kind of
What's
piggybacking off of her question? Do you forgive those people that took your brother away, took his life?
That's addressed in the book.
Whether or not you forgive them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, get the book. She'll let you know.
Addressed in the book.
No
It is.
returns on the book.
Hopefully I
In
answered
case
that.
you don't like her answer.
No, yeah, you would yeah, get the book. You will definitely find the response to that. And you would think that she's read the book. I know she hasn't for her to even ask me that question. Demita, little baby sister friend, thanks for coming in. I wish that I could be there in person. Me too, Alyssa. I hope it's beyond successful. I can't wait to get my copy. It's so sweet.
Beautiful.
Tashana Singleton, thanks. Wish I could be there. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Curtis Cadillac Shaw. I just saw that you ordered the book. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Any more questions?
I think that's it with the questions. I'm scrolling back up to make sure, but yeah, I think we're good.
Wonderful.
If I didn't call your name, forgive me. Just charge it to my head, not my heart. You can see I was taking over today, so I'm not.
Yeah, she has TOS. Takeover spirit today, but that's okay because this is really her show. I'm just here asking questions, or I was.
Okay. Eric says Dee Dee is ordering the book down. Thanks, Dee Dee.
Yay.
I can't wait for you guys to get a hold of it. And mind you, can I say this? My sister hasn't read the book yet.
No.
She has not read the book yet. I can't wait for her to read it. Both of my sisters. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Me too.
I'm
looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Inhale deeply.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that it'll be something maybe not so easy.
Yeah. I'm figuring it's not, but I'm sure in the end it will be helpful.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Vincent, Sam, no, wait, not Sam's, Jesus. Okay, you got Prince Vince on Facebook.
Right. Harris.
This is Sam's over at Outreach. Anyway,
No.
Vincent, thank you. He asked the question, how did I arrive at the title? We did answer that earlier. Maybe I'll just quickly say that I had to pray on it because I had 3 or 4 different titles. I knew that I wanted something that would focus on a heartbeat. I knew that much. And so I prayed and the Lord gave me that. But he wanted it to be known that you can survive. He wanted it to be known. So surviving is like a continual word.
Absolutely.
So he wanted that to be.
And not just only in the flesh, but
Right.
mentally, physically, emotionally, right?
Exactly. Yep. So
Beautiful.
that's how I arrived at it. Hopefully that answered your question.
Awesome. Everybody get the book, get the book, get the book.
Yes.
We're done here with our little going back and forth, a little interview. I shouldn't say little because it is major. Again, Annette Harris, Annette Harris, Justin Harris, Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time today. Thank you for allowing me to share on your platform. It has truly, truly been an honor. I'm looking forward to Friday. I'm looking forward to getting my autographed copy. I got a couple friends, as I mentioned to you before, that wants an autographed copy. So hopefully you'll be able to give that to them Friday or send it or do something. So, okay. Thank you again. Any parting words you want to share with your viewers?
Let's see here. Oh, Pastor Cece, yes. She said she ordered her book. Yes, I did see yours come across. Unless y'all say it on here, if y'all don't want me to say it, I won't say it. But thank you. Alyssa says, I still have my days that I cry. Oh, I can imagine, sweetie.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I have Kleenex ready when I read this, and I do love the title. To answer your first question, I mean, your only question, yes, please have Kleenex ready.
Please have it ready. That's right. And you know what? And if I can say this, I ask this humbly of my baby sister. Can I just mention, death, period, not just tragic death, is something that you never over, you never get over. I'm not going to say overcome. You just never get over it, especially something like this or death anyway. But God gives us the grace to deal with it.
Yep.
And to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So
I totally agree. I would say that some people may or may not agree with me. I say you never really get over, you just get through it.
exactly. Yeah. Because I'm like Alyssa, I still cry.
Yeah.
I still cry today. It'll be 39 years on Friday.
Yeah.
And as a 57-year-old, I still cry.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now let me say this. I did not realize that when I went through my a shout out. I know I mentioned my publisher will be there Friday, but a shout out to my publisher, KRH Enterprises, Kristen Harris. Very instrumental, very instrumental. I know God used her. Praying woman too. Praying woman. It's a blessing to work with somebody.
And what's her name again?
Kristen Harris.
Kristen Harris of Carriage.
No, KRH, which are her initials, KRH Enterprises.
KRH Enterprises. Wonderful. It was say it kind of fast. So I wanted to make sure everybody heard it.
I wanted to state that, a shout out to her and grateful for all that she did for me and to help me through this process. But it is when I got to the point where I was asked, when did I want the book to come out? And immediately in my mind, I did know that I wanted to come out on August 19th. I had no idea what day of the week it was going to be this year. I just said August 19th. It wasn't until about a week or so ago, I realized that the actual days line up as they were 39 years ago.
That's incredible.
His birthday was on a Sunday that year. That Friday, the 19th.
Absolutely incredible.
I said, okay, I know, God, you got all of this.
That's right. I agree.
Are we going to get out of here? Because my sister and I, we can talk all day. I think Eric says he's going to come here to have his book autographed. Yes, please.
Oh, beautiful. Please do.
Oh, he said he's going to take us to dinner. I love to eat.
Okay, good. Yeah, I forgot to ask those questions during the interview. We've got the inhaler over here. She loves to eat. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry.
Toyin, thank you. You remember Toyin? You were on.
Oh, Dr. Toyin, hi.
Dr. Toyin, I should say. I'm so sorry. Congratulations. She said you're a powerful duo. We'll order the book. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. Elizabeth Madison, thanks, your friend.
Hey, Liz.
Yes, I will sign a copy for you, Elizabeth. That's fine. Please. Okay. But thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys coming in and joining us on today. I can let my sister say a few words because I just have my little outro that I'll play as we're exiting on today. So I'm done. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing me.
Yeah.
That is all I have to say. I'm so grateful for everybody that tuned in, and I'm so looking forward to everybody that will be there this coming Friday. Love you all. Mwah. Thanks for supporting Brett, the baby spoiled girl. We love her.
Wow. Y'all heard me talk about that baby stuff earlier, didn't y'all? Oh goodness. Let me get this set up, guys. As I'm getting this set up, I hope it sets up correctly. You guys can go to my website.
On the next session of
More information.
Get Caught in a Net.
Hey guys, as I end this segment, I just wanted to tell you, I forgot to tell you, 4 o'clock today, I will have my second interview regarding Sash, the book. So I need to see if you guys can make sure you join this afternoon, 4 o'clock p.m. I'll be on with Chris Bass. And many of you all may remember him, but he wants to interview me. I have another interview that's scheduled on the actual book launch day, and that will be aired on Sunday. So just keep up with me if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it. We'll try to make sure that everything is also posted on my website, as well as my Facebook page and Instagram. All right, so pray for me, stick with me. And again, I love and appreciate every one of you. Take care. Oh, don't forget to wash your hands, wear your mask, okay? This thing is still out here, but we should know how to protect ourselves. So take care, guys. And again, thanks my sister. I love her so much. See you guys soon. Peace.